Hey guys, happy holidays and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I would greatly appreciate that. So y'all, today I'm rocking this emerald glitter green makeup look. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then keep watching. So guys, if you watched my last holiday tutorial, then you know why I'm doing this voiceover, because I used a broken camera. Again, my apologies. This should be the last video like this. But anyway, if you're wondering what's going on here, I primed my eyes per usual with the P. Louise base, and then I blended it out with a concealer brush and my beauty blender. I did struggle a little bit trying to find the perfect greens for this look, so here I was just showing the different palettes I have with some green shades. I really wasn't feeling the Michaela Glam Light palette for this, so I pulled out the OG Meant to Be ColourPop palette and the ColourPop Just My Luck palette. The last palette that I ended up using mostly is the Morphe 35A Up Till Dawn Artistry palette. The first shade I'm using is called Tidal Rave in the Morphe 35A palette. I feel like this shade is so pretty and I would definitely use it again. So basically I ended up taking this shade all over the upper lid by packing on the color and then blending it out. Another shade I'm going to be using is called Lush Life in the same Morphe palette. This reminds me of a really light olive green color. I'm using this shade in both my inner and outer corners of my eye, pretty much to build up depth in the eye look. Notice the brush I'm using is fluffy but pointed at the tip. I feel like it gives a little more control, especially when using shades that are harder to work with, i.e. anything that isn't neutral, basically. After applying the previous shade, I blended and fused both colors together with a fluffy brush, adding a little of that previous light green shade to the brush as well. Now for the dark green shade, I was really confused between these two shades. One of the shades is called Act Natural from the Just My Luck palette, and the other shade is Nocturnal in the Morphe palette. So initially I used the shade in the Just My Luck palette, but it was giving too much of Magically Delicious Lucky Charms type vibes. So I ended up going with the Nocturnal shade because it really wasn't so leprechaunish, if you know what I mean. So notice that I'm using a pretty tiny brush for these dark colors, and in my opinion, I feel like small brushes pick up less product, and so if you mess up, you can fix these mistakes easier at times. After applying the dark greens, I go back into the very first shade to do some more blending. And then after I blended that out to my likings, I actually went back into the dark green shade called Nocturnal to apply this all over my lid because I'm going to go in with the glitter next. So now for the fun part, I purchased a few liquid eyeshadows from Moira Cosmetics, which I saw all over TikTok. So yeah, TikTok got me again, y'all. But I was not disappointed by these glitters, okay? They're so cute to me. Now, I was nervous to apply it with the applicator at first because I didn't know if I had enough control with it. So I did take a small brush to apply it. But as you can see, I do end up applying it with the applicator once I get comfortable with it. So once the glitter was applied, I went back into the dark green to blend the edges out in the inner and outer corner of the eyes. Now that the eyeshadow is finally done, I am adding eyeliner to the look, and I'm not doing a wing this time. I'm really just doing enough to line the lid, and that's all. For this, I'm using my favorite liner by Huda Beauty. For mascara, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Bag Gal Bang mascara that I absolutely love. Y'all, if there are other mascaras better than this, y'all need to let me know right now because this one has me in a chokehold, okay? The lashes I'm using are by Takara Brianna Beauty in the style It's a Snack. I reuse my lashes until I can't use them anymore, okay? I'm learning, okay? I'm learning to clean these bad boys and keep it pushing. But no, for real, editing this video, I was so mad because that inner corner, y'all, it kept flipping up, and that just really irked me. Like, I can clearly see that I put the lash too close to my inner corner, if that makes sense. But anyways, I did have some fallout from the eyeshadow, so I did take a makeup wipe to get rid of that, and then I re-moisturized my face because literally makeup wipes dry my skin out, and I didn't want that to mess up the rest of my face makeup. For primer, I used the One Size Blur primer because I wanted a matte finish and I wanted that blurring effect for my nose. That's like my favorite thing. I also went in with the Sephora Acne Spot Treatment to conceal some of my blemishes. I noticed that I'm having a few breakouts, so I really wanted to mask those for this look. So I just applied it in the spots I noticed the most and buff it out with a brush. I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer to conceal the darkness under my eyes and bring a little lightness to my face. I also put a little on my chin and I'm just blending this out with my concealer brush. Y'all, please don't sleep on the Real Techniques. They are super affordable and really amazing quality. I love the brushes and the sponges, to be honest. You can find them at Ulta and they definitely go on sale periodically, so get you some. For some reason, I wanted to apply my contour with a brush today, so I just picked up some product with the brush I'm using. I'm using the Rare Beauty bronzing stick and applying it in the spots I like to contour to highlight my cheekbone structure. I think I mentioned this before, but I truly think the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation is very underrated. I really think this is a great foundation. Would it need to be touched up if you plan on wearing this for hours? Probably so, but for a quick outing, I think this one is perfect. The coverage is very buildable, which I think I said before, I'm really liking that right now for my makeup preference. To set my under eye, I have been loving the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Powder. I don't know, I just love the way this looks lately, like really cute, okay? And so I'm using a new blush today. I purchased it during all the cyber holiday sales from Kylie Cosmetics. It actually came in a whole bundle with glosses as well, but I really like this. I think it's going to be perfect for spring and summer of 2023, okay? After I applied it with my finger, I did take a beauty blender to fuse it into the rest of the makeup though. Now I'm just adding some translucent powder under my eyes. I'm really packing this under the eye because I want to go in with that under eyeshadow in the shade Nocturnal, which, I ain't gonna lie, I really hate anything on the lower lid or waterline because it's just uncomfortable to me. But this truly can make or break a makeup look in my opinion. After that, I just wipe away all the excess powder from my under eye because we don't need any of that anymore. So away it goes, okay? Then I just add a little more warmth to the face with some of the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I'm just really pressing this into the skin so we are nice and bronze, all right? For blush, I'm taking the MAC Cosmetics blush in the shade Peaches and just making sure the blush really stands out on the skin because personally, I really love blush. It makes the look so much more enhanced in my opinion. Lastly, we're finally onto the lips, y'all, and I'm using the MAC Cosmetics lip pencil in the shade Cork to do my initial lining. However, after that, I ended up taking a shade that's even lighter to add a faded look to the Cork color, and I'm not sure which shade this is, but the pencil is pink, so I know it's Kylie Cosmetics because those are my only pink pencils. And I think it's the shade Dolce K, but I'm not sure. After that, I just add my liquid lipstick by Dose of Colors and I really start to blend this out per usual with my lip applicator. And I think I explained this before, but basically I do this in an attempt to remove any harsh lines from the liner because it can be really noticeable and look very weird, so I hope that makes sense. To set my face, I'm using the Smashbox setting spray and this pretty much wraps up the entire look. And now I'm just taking my hair down so I can get some cute pictures. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new here on my channel, make sure you're subscribed and don't forget to hit that like button. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Happy holidays!